Hey everybody, it's Chick from Trashy Tactical, out here at my local gun range, the East Alabama Gun Club, which I am a member of, have been for 3-4 years now. It's a great place to come out and shoot. They're open 365 days a year. They have hours, where currently they are open from 9 to 7, and then during the winter fall hours, they're open from 9 to 5. So, definitely come out and check them out. They're located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Off of Highway 169, and lots of bays, lots of ranges. It's gated, so not anybody can just come in. You got to be a member. And throughout the month, they have different shooting competitions. I'm actually in charge of the Steel Challenge, and we do that the fourth Saturday of every month. So I'll put a link in the description below if you are local and you want to come check them out, or you're looking for a place to go shoot. So for today's video, we are going to be going and we're going to be messing around with this DPMS AR-15. It's a friend of mine's, and currently the springs in it have a 8-pound trigger pull, but he bought some springs, make it a 4-pound trigger pull, and he wants me to install it. So what I'm out here doing now is I'm testing and getting a feel for what the standard stock springs are. I'll go home, I'll mess with it, get the new springs in, then I'll bring it back out here at a later date, and we'll go ahead and we'll test it, make sure it works, and see how it feels. So, with all that being said, let's talk about today's sponsors. Wait a minute, that's me. I'm the one that bought everything. I'm still a small channel. We're growing though. And you know what? I woke up this morning, checked my messages. We're at 100 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but to me, it is. I really thank y'all. I appreciate all the positive feedback that y'all have given me. Hopefully I'm giving you content you guys are enjoying between guns and school. I know I'm getting a lot of stuff about school right now because that's what I'm in the middle of. But remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, show it to your friends, send it to your family members who like guns. Let's see if we can get this channel to grow some more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get some rounds down range. Stay trashy, people. All right, everyone, we're back here in the shop. First thing we're gonna do, go ahead, clear. All right, weapon's been cleared. All right, so we just got back from the range a day or two ago. First thing that we wanna do today after we clear it is I'm gonna use this Lyman pull trigger gauge. So, thank you SDI for providing this. So let's go ahead and make sure it's zeroed out. It is, and we're going to go ahead and test it 3 times and then take the average. So, see what this trigger pull actually is. So here's pull 1. Looking like 7 pounds. Now we'll do pull 2. That one, 6 3/4. And for the last one, to get our average, make sure it's zeroed out again. And we've got 6 3/4 again. So I'll be back and tell you what our average is. So now we have our trigger weight. So now let's go ahead and pop these pins out. There's 1. There's 2. So now, the next thing we need to do is take out 2 more pins. We'll be taking out this pin here and that pin right there. So, I'll be back when I'm done with that. So now we've got the trigger group out. We've got our hammer located here, our disconnector, and then we have our trigger, with the sear right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these two springs and we're going to replace them with these new ones right here. All right, now we got our springs. Let's go ahead and get this going. So all you're going to do to replace these old springs is just, you're going to pull them off. That's it. It's just that easy. So there's one. And then putting it back on, just doing it in the reverse. And there it is. Now the new spring is on there. Let's go ahead and knock out the other one. And then the last spring that we need to replace is going to be this spring on the inside here. So that just pops out. It's just a little tight. And then when you look at the spring, you can see one end, the bottom, is wider than the top. Make sure that wider end goes in to the actual trigger assembly here. And just like that, it's done. All right, now that we've got everything connected, let's go ahead and put the trigger back in. That'll slide in underneath the safety there. Now, one little trick I've learned here, watching some other videos, is using a punch to hold everything in place to put the pin back inside. All right, and we'll go ahead and just slide the pin right in place there. Bam, there it is. And then next we'll get our hammer with its spring in there. Now you couldn't really see from that view before, but when you go ahead and you put this in, you're going to take these prong pieces and they're going to go and sit behind the other spring there. And then you'll put your pin in. Just slide that through. All right, now everything's back in. So let's check and see. Pull the trigger. You can see that it works. So I went ahead and already did my 3 trigger pulls on it. And as you can see, after 3 trigger pulls, we've gotten this trigger from almost 7 pounds to 1 1/4. So let me show you here. That one was 1 1/4. So next, we're going to take it out to the range. We're going to see how this bad boy does. I'll see you out there. All right, y'all. I'm back here at the shop. A few seconds ago, you saw me post, or you saw me in the video say that the new trigger pull was 1 1/4 pounds. I thought that was off. I wasn't sure about it. I had never done a trigger job like this before. So I took it to the range. I shot the first round. Fine. Shot the second round. It was okay. The next 3 sequential rounds all were light primer strikes. Now, I'm a big enough man to admit when I made a mistake. I made a mistake. So, I'm going to tell y'all what I did so you all don't make the same mistake that I did. So the packaging, the instructions really didn't specify. It just said to put the spring on there. At least how I read it. Maybe I'm not good at reading. Anyway, there's a certain direction that the spring needs to go on there. So, after I fired it, it didn't seem right. Everything was a little funky. I used what school has taught me so far in SDI. Little plug there. sdi.edu if you want to get your gunsmithing degree. Anyway, so I put it in and I did some research and a little thinking, and I found out that I put the spring in backwards. So having that trigger at 1.25 pounds definitely was giving it light strikes because there wasn't enough power behind it. So I went ahead, I swapped it out. I'll show you the pictures right here. So the first picture, this is how it's supposed to be. That's the correct way it's supposed to be on there. Now the next photo, this is how I had it originally, and this is not how you want to have it. But anyway, I got that all squared away and taken care of now. So I'm going to do another trigger pull test with the gauge to make sure that we're at 3.5 pounds. So let's do it. All right, here we go. Let's give this a shot here. Make sure it's ready to fire. Clear it out. And let's pull. That one was 3.5. All right, my hand hit that one, so we're going to redo that. That one was at 3. And our last one was at 3 again. So 2 3s and a 3.5. So it's where it needs to be. All right, there you go. You've seen it works. It's got a nice clean trigger pull on it. It's got a great reset, and the trigger weight is so much better, going from 7 pounds down to 3.1 pounds. Now remember, when you're working on firearms, sometimes things happen. We all make mistakes, but the biggest thing is to learn from them. So remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Send this video to somebody that you know, maybe somebody that's looking to get into guns. Maybe somebody that is into guns and wants to learn how to work on them. Anyway, you all have a great day. Remember, rack around and find out.